Shaun of the Dead was directed by Edgar Wright, starring Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. The film centers around two best friends trying to survive the zombie apocalypse. I'm Chris of the Five Nights Tavern, and today we're going to talk about the first film of the Cornetto Trilogy, Shaun of the Dead. Let's get started. On a budget of just $6 million, Edgar Wright was able to make a masterpiece of a film. Released back in September of 2004, it went up against two other zombie movies of that year, the Dawn of the Dead remake and Resident Evil Apocalypse, the latter of which was released the exact same month as Shaun of the Dead. The film went on to make $30 million worldwide and has since become a cult classic in its unique blend of horror and humor. The film opens with our main character Shaun, who's just going through the motions of everyday life. But his girlfriend Liz expresses her desire to break free of the monotony their relationship has become. There's something in the way, specifically Shaun's best friend, Ed, whose only desire is to get drunk at the same pub, the Winchester, and become a burden on Shaun. Shaun expresses his sympathy to Liz and states that things will be different starting tomorrow. Cutting to the next day in the life of Shaun, something seems off. After much headache and heartbreak, the film quickly dissolves into a sudden zombie outbreak and a series of ridiculous sequences where our characters must formulate a plan in order to survive. Let's talk about Edgar Wright's direction of the film. It's pristine. The cinematography is flawless in its execution. There's just too many good scenes to count. My favorite being the long takes of Shaun's trip to the store before and after the outbreak, or Shaun's montage of coming up with a plan, all cuts and shots perfectly matching the story beats and the jokes seamlessly. It's often unnoticeable on first viewings. The characters are also very well done. Shaun's plight of being stuck in a rut where Ed embraces his is shockingly relatable. The relationship between Simon and Nick's characters is completely believable due to their actual long friendship. It makes this movie leagues above others in the genre. The comedy is hilarious and it feels very unique to Edgar Wright's films. Edgar Wright's lines in the films that are constantly callbacks and carry more weight as the film progresses until the climax, some of which outright telling you plot points in the film that you wouldn't catch on your first viewing. The timing and quick pace of the film keeps the viewer entertained. From general audiences to movie buffs, this film has something for everyone. However, that being said, I can't say the movie is truly flawless, as some of the supporting characters sort of fall out of the limelight compared to the leads. There's a recurring character, Yovine, that only seems to show up for a few seconds at the beginning, middle, and end of the film. Liz's friends, Diane and David, are forgettable and nearly useless, and Bill Nye's there too. Not that there's anything wrong with the actor, but you kind of wish he was more inside the film than what he was. The only exceptions being Liz and Barbara that are hitting home with their acting and believability. Overall, this is a magnificent film. From the characters to the cinematography to the comedy, everything is great about this film. If you haven't seen it already, please check it out. I'm Chris from the Five Nights Tavern saying cheers.